Yes. Hi there. We are live. We are live. Hi, everyone. This is us back, me, Anna Gandrabura, and Galina Fendikevich. Hi, Galina. Good,
Hello.
good to see you
So
again.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. You're joining from the West Coast, so it's early morning in San Francisco right now, right? Well, not
I'm
that early.
actually traveling.
Oh,
I'm in New York.
okay, so we're in the same time zone with you. Perfect. Yeah,
Yes,
because I'm
not
in
too
Miami.
early.
Okay, no, not too early. We're halfway through the day, so to say, so to speak, right? Well, I'm excited about our second episode of our November series on AI. Yeah, like last week, we talked about tools. You were very kind to share different tools that people can start using right away to enhance their work productivity and other things. And today, we decided to touch upon the topic of AI twins. I'm very excited to have this conversation because first of all, I want to pick your brain as an AI expert and enthusiast, and myself as an AI enthusiast. I want to share my findings on AI twins. But before we get started, if we have anyone watching us who is new, who doesn't know anything about me or you, let's give a quick intro and then we can jump into it. How about that?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
We will let you go first.
Yeah, I'm Galina Fendikevich. I'm an AI consultant. I specialize in go-to-market as well as AI tools training. There's so many out there, and there's a lot to learn, tips and tricks with AI. So I'm here to show everything I know, especially being based in the Bay Area. SF, I get a lot of knowledge dump, so it's only fair that I share it out with the world.
I love it. Yeah, thank you so much. So we can. I love it that you're based in Silicon Valley, and this is the front of like anything everything that happens with AI. Well, as for me, I'm Anna Gandrabura. I'm a founder of an ed tech company called English for IT. I'm also an executive coach. I'm a podcast host and things like this. I love doing, and I'm an AI enthusiast. And in the past, English teacher. So I'm really excited to talk about AI twins and specifically AI teachers, instructors, coaches, personal trainers, etc. And yeah, because like I at English for IT we have a team of about 20 teachers and instructors and coaches. And of course, when the whole AI thing just happened, what was it, like 3 years ago, right? Or 2 to 3 years
Yeah,
ago?
something like that.
A lot of some of our team were like freaking out, including me, like, and a lot of founders in the same space, language learning space. They were like, "Is our business going to survive with all this like AI things and AI English teachers?" And people were freaking out. But then I remembered that I think when I just started my company, I was 21 years old. And my company, the first company, was teaching English to everyone. And I remember, I think it was probably like 15 or 20 years ago when Google Translate became a big thing back in the day.
Mm.
And my learners were like, "Oh, Anna, you're going to lose your job. Look, the Google Translate, nobody's going to need your services because we have Google Translate. People will be able to translate everything." Fast forward 20 years, I mean, Google Translate still sucks.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but like we have other better alternatives. But I'm just saying, like, these predictions were not true. And also, like, English teachers still have the job, right? Even though we have Google Translate and a lot of other services. So what's your take on it, Galina? Like speaking about education, let's first talk about education and having your personal AI teacher, math teacher, English teacher, I don't know, Spanish teacher, etc. How do you see this like AI teacher being popular in future like in the upcoming years?
Yeah, it's so funny when a new piece of software comes out, everybody expects it to be like this magic potion that all of a sudden, like, you don't need anything else. You just need that new piece of software. So there's always like this normalization that has to happen. When it comes to teaching and learning, so I'm a big history buff. I love history. I especially love history of England. And there's a channel on Amazon Prime called The Great Courses. And there's a series on the history of England around like the Tudor era. So it's late 1400s to early 1700s. And there's this teacher. The video is from like the early 2000s, by the way. So it's really funny to see like the quality back then. But it's a professor, and he has many, many episodes on this history lesson. And I started watching him, and he is the most engaging history teacher or any teacher I have ever seen in my entire life. He's just so passionate about the subject, and he knows how to tell a story. He knows how to make it interesting. He really humanizes history um, when he talks about whether it's the royals or the peasants. He mentions things like, okay, the Church of England and the church was such a key part of everybody's lives because they were your support system. When you were a peasant, like you got married, like you were born in the church, you got married, it's the church. You celebrated a baby, it's the church, it's your community, it's your family, the church. So when when the King Henry VIII, I believe, decided to take over and separate from the church, and then he established himself as the head of church, it like ripped out that source of community for people. And I'm like, yes, that is the human experience. And it kind of clicked for me when he described history in that very human experience. And I think if there was like an AI avatar or AI chatbot or something that was talking about it, I think it would be very factual. Like you had the peasants in history in England, you had the royals. Peasants, used the church and was a source of community, but it can't really paint that human experience that really makes me understand history the same way. Now that's history. I know Khan Academy is using AI really well for teaching right now, where it's like it doesn't need to paint a story or a history, and it's a lot of like factual understanding, such as in math, where if a student is working through a problem, it will like try to coach and get the answer out of the student versus just telling the answer. So I think there's just like, it really depends on the subject that you're learning. And I personally, how I like to learn is I really needed someone to paint the story, paint the picture, and like I need to see the passion about a subject rather than, like y equals mx plus b. Go figure it out.
Well, MS plus B, this is something that, okay, so math, you would study math with an AI teacher because it's more factual.
I would. Even though I had a really awesome calculus teacher in high school, he was such a hippie, but he made math interesting. But I think even then it is a much more dry subject where, yeah, just help me get to the answer.
Okay.
Don't tell a story.
Yeah, so here's the thing. A week ago, I ran a poll on my LinkedIn page asking, let's see, this is what I asked. Okay, so I think we can see this. Okay, pretty good, right? Can we see this? Yeah. All right, so I ran this poll where I asked if we humans are ready for AI, for our AI twins. Not like necessarily our, but like to use AI twins, for example, to use an AI teacher or coach or AI therapist or AI personal trainer. And first of all, if you guys are watching this right now, I want you to drop a comment and tell us, how would you answer this question? Are we ready? Yes, somewhat ready, maybe not ready. I mean, it depends. Or no, we're not ready. And then I will tell you what the majority of my LinkedIn following responded. But while you guys are dropping your answers in the comments, Galina, what do you think? What's your answer to this one?
I don't think we're ready. I don't think we are. And
not even somewhat? Not even somewhat?
No, not even somewhat. And I say this because of the state of technology right now. Like AI twins for me, it's beyond just like text. It is the video portion. And AI avatars are really creepy right now. Like, I don't want to talk to them. And I don't think anybody wants to talk to them. I
That
think,
is, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think where like eh, to bring in some technical stuff. So a RAG chatbot is just you take a whole bunch of data sources, like let's say documents of, let's say history textbooks, and then you create a chatbot for it. Is that considered an AI twin? Like if this professor that teaches like tutor history, like everything that he's written, puts it in a chatbot, is that considered his twin then? Really? Like what is the definition of twin, Anna?
Well, I mean, in this case, we are talking about creating a twin that can replicate things that you do, right? For example, I'm an English teacher and I can create my AI twin who is going to teach English instead of me, right? For example, I mean, or who is going to be teaching some parts of like something that I don't like to teach. Just kidding. And I'm going to delegate it to my AI twin or a personal trainer, right? Let's say I'm a personal trainer. But like, for example, last night I went to a workout at a new club studio and our trainer was recording herself all the freaking time while like doing the class with us. I have nothing against recording yourself. And I do this all the time because like I have a blog on Instagram, I post on LinkedIn, I create content all the time. But I could totally see that she was more concerned to see herself on her phone, like to look at herself on her phone because she was recording herself so that like, I don't know, maybe she can share this workout with somebody else, you know? And of course she was not like paying too much attention to us. These 3 ladies who were like trying their best, but she was like, I mean, at least she was performing the whole workout with us, so we can just watch her. But you know, when I have a trainer, when I'm in class with a person, I want them to pay attention. I want them to look at me. I want them to correct my posture, maybe this and that, you know. So that's why, for example, in her case, if she has an AI twin, she can just, you know, create this workout on her phone with an AI twin and, spend all the time of the workout, like focused on the clients, that are humans in class. For example, like this is what I mean. But like, I feel like when we talk about AI twins and, well, let's talk about all these like instructor based, you know, activities. Oh, by the way, back to our poll here. First of all, I'm quite surprised you don't believe in AI twins just yet. I'm not saying that you will never believe, but I am. So my answer is somewhat. So my answer is not.
Okay.
Yes. My answer is somewhat, because this is what I'm saying. For example, in education industry, in service industry, I see this happening, you know, step by step, not at once, but step by step. And the way I see it happening is the hybrid way, right? It's the hybrid way. So for example, that's why English teachers, Spanish teachers, language teachers, math teachers, any kind of teachers have no fear. You are not going to be substituted. You're not going to be like, your job is not going to disappear. But I would say that if you are a quite progressive and modern professional, I would definitely look into the hybrid collaboration between you as a professional, a human professional, and your AI twin. The hybrid collaboration is the best. For example, right now at English RZ, right, we do have our online courses that we record on demand. So they're available on demand, right? I recorded them. Some of them I recorded while I lived in Ukraine, and I'm like super, super young and fresh there many years ago. And some are newer, where I'm matured, you know, and it's nice to look. It's nice to, I mean, it's a nice picture. But now, for example, what I would do personally as a content creator, as an instructor, I would enhance my learners' experience with these online courses, creating my digital twin, or not. It doesn't have to look like me. It can be just an AI avatar. But you were right. It has to be trained to more or less act like a human, which is kind of like the biggest challenge these days, right? So Right, and I can enhance my learner's experience on my platform that looks like a typical learning development platform that we are used to, using, the Coursera, for example, or Udemy, or things like that. But now it can be more interactive because there's going to be a person, an AI person, right? But you can have more personalized learning. And well, what I think is the most important is with this AI instructor, you can get feedback on whatever you're learning, unlike when you're like doing a self-paced learning, right, on the platform, where you don't have access to a mentor, for example, and you can just say, you're just learning. It's just like you're giving your attention, but you're not receiving from what you're giving in this feedback. So I think this is pretty cool when we're talking about hybrid learning here. So that's my take on the AI twins in education. Let's talk about other industries as well, right? So you said, I think last time we had a conversation, we had our live stream last week. You mentioned that you just started classes with a personal trainer.
Yes.
Yes. Human personal trainer or an AI personal trainer?
A human personal trainer. So I'm like, because I'm an AI, my mind is always like, how can AI do this better, if better at all? But with personal training, I mean, I met him in person. Like he saw me work out. So, okay, how could AI do this? I guess there's like computer vision models that could just, I could videotape myself working out. And then I need all the metrics. Like I have an Apple Watch, so I would need to share with the model what my heart rate is during different types of exercises and all of that. So I think like the critical piece when it comes to any type of like AI teacher versus human teacher is the initial onboarding experience. So my personal trainer, like he has his background and experience as let's say like the data foundations, and then he takes information from me. He physically saw me work out. I dumped a lot of information into him. These are my goals. I've been having trouble in these and these areas. I've tried these types of exercises. Here's how I responded to them. Like I just dumped a whole bunch of information. So think of this like the context window that I would share all of this information to a model. And then he takes all of that, like my information, pairs it with his experience to create a workout plan for me. So that's like the first phase. Then the second phase is I do the workouts that he tells me to do. Sometimes when I was in San Francisco, not traveling, he would be there and again monitor me and answer any questions like I had on the spot about the exercises that I'm doing. And then real-time information of giving him feedback of I feel this way or I don't like this exercise. I don't like the TRX things. They're like long things. I don't know. I'm like, I never want to do that. So he quickly substitutes other exercises again, like in real time. So how would an AI personal trainer kind of do that? Like I would have to stop what I'm doing and then like submit the query. There's always latency, internet connection, depending on the model you use, and then wait for the feedback. So my concern is like, I've taken classes, workout classes with other people. There's so much fitness advice out there. This is the tricky part. Like there's different fitness advice, there's different nutrition advice. Like everybody comes from different places. And that's why like an AI twin, the onboarding is the hardest part because for this personal trainer, like I don't want to text him questions. Like I'm at a hotel gym right now. So he asks me, okay, what machines do you have? What can I substitute? And to me, I'm like, oh, an AI can do this. Like I don't need to bother him with all of this. If I could just take a picture of the machines or text him what I have or don't have. But it seems like I love working with him and what he's doing is working for me. But like when he signs up to even create his AI twin, how do we get the information from his head into this twin? And it's really, really hard because people forget. Like, I mean, how do you do like decades of experience in your head and then create an onboarding experience where the AI can actually operate and become a good twin. And this is also why part of the reason why I think humans aren't ready, because we don't know, engineers don't know exactly the types of questions to ask someone for them to brain dump into a model. And then as humans, the way we respond, like verbally versus typing, is very different too. So the quality of the twin is going to differ. And then there is the whole context window in like conversation history. We're getting better at that, but a human will remember what I told him more or less over some time about my needs. But I have personally, this is a badge of honor. I have reached a limit on ChatGPT, a thread limit. Like I asked so many questions and I had such a long thread where it's like, you're done. Start a new one. Like limit is reached. So I would be so frustrated if I had to talk to an AI coach, and let's say this is multi-month long or multi-year long relationship, and then it says, oh, your limit is reached. I'm like, oh my God, do I start a fresh thread? All of that work, all of that context I shared, all of the work, like my heart rate zones, the exercises, like everything is just going to be lost or summarized maybe in a way for a fresh thread. And then what if something like gets missed in the summary that was in the previous thread? So that's why I'm like, there's a really big technology component to this, not only from like avatars are still creepy. There's like onboarding of knowledge experts. There's like the actual UX of how we engage with the twins. And then we still have these technical limitations too, that I think people would get really mad if, again, like you get kicked out of a thread. It's like, start all over.
Okay, girl. Well, listen to this. People get really mad with other people. I got so mad. Okay, speaking of fitness, so yesterday I did 2 workouts in a row. Today I'm not doing anything. I'm just taking a break.
That's intense.
Yeah. Well, it's not like the first time for me. After I did almost 2 years ago, I did a 30-day hard challenge. I don't know if you ever heard about.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's 75-day hard challenge, but there is a lighter version. It's a 30-day hard. So I did the 30-day hard challenge, and one of the things, like there are the 5 things. If you guys don't know, you can read about it. But like to put it in a nutshell, there are 5 things that you need to do for 30 days, and if you skip a day, you start over, and that's the hard thing about it.
Oh, that is so hard.
Yeah, but like so one of these 5 things is to have 2 workouts a day. And like for the person who is not prepared physically, that's going to be very challenging. Even for me, I did it. I completed it, but my body was really tired. Like physically, my body was really tired. And I mean, you don't have to have like really like intense workouts. 45 minutes, but twice a day. One should be outside, one should be inside. And technically walking also counts as a workout. So for example, you can do like walking for 45 minutes every day, and one like another workout in the gym, for example, or like yoga or any other things. But still, like even like if you don't count walking as a real workout, you still have one workout every day with no days off. So it was challenging, but like this is a new experience for me. So from time to time, whenever I'm in the mood, I can do 2 workouts a day. So yesterday was that day, and my second workout was a yoga class, and I was not happy with this yoga class because our instructor, there was a new instructor, I've never done yoga with him. He was playing hip hop music in the background while we do yoga. What the F? Hip hop music?
That's weird.
While doing yoga, and he was singing alone while giving us instructions, because he was not doing asanas with us. He was just like walking around the room and giving us instructions and playing. Yeah, it was like soul kind of like light, melodic hip hop, but like still, I'm like, what is this? I mean, my head, my perception, I have like cognitive, I don't know, break something. So like, I was like, I might as well do yoga in silence. That would have been so much better, because this is how you truly connect with your body and with your like mind, soul, and everything. So speaking of, people gonna be pissed with AI if AI makes a mistake or something like that. I was pissed with this person. I was like, it's an expensive yoga studio too. I'm like, give me my money back. But I'm just like saying, like in this case, for example, if it was my AI teacher, I would not be. But here's another thing. With AI, we can be more open and honest, because I couldn't like, I don't know. I just felt bad to complain. I felt bad to give him feedback.
Mm.
I felt bad to go to studios management and give this feedback. I just silently decided that I'm just not going to go back to his classes. But then I realized that, he has a lot of classes. So like I'm missing on opportunities, like, whenever I want to do yoga. But then another thing is that even if I give him this feedback, this is his style. What is he going to change his style completely just because one person was not happy? But I think it's pretty bogus. Like, I think it's pretty crazy to play hip hop music while
Yeah, that's so weird. I mean, giving feedback to AI is so much easier because you're not afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. And was it, I think it was either Sergey Brin or Larry Page in a recent talk said that if you actually threaten AI, it performs better. So the harsher you are, the better results you get. And then again, you're not hurting their feelings.
I love this. I love this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there are like different things. So I think that it is really important. Well, we are running out of time here. Such a lovely conversation. I think we should get back to this topic because we haven't touched on the AI therapists and AI coaches. And here we could talk about some ethical components. Well, maybe next time we will touch upon this. But just to wrap up our conversation here, I believe even though people, by the way, what people said, just like you, Galina, people don't believe we are ready. I mean, my audience.
I know what the market wants.
Exactly. People think they are not ready. Well, I'm happy that 32% said that we are somewhat ready, which is double of, not the double, it's more than 50% of no, we're not ready. Yeah. And there are people who said yes. So technically we can combine 16% and 32%, but still, the majority, 53%, think that we are not ready. But I feel like, this is going to change in the upcoming years. But I think what is important these days, it's really, I think, important to experiment. Because like you just said, right, AI is not going to learn unless we give it a data, unless we experiment, we create this opportunities, right? Even like, for example, like you said, how to create this knowledge base, how to transfer my brain to this AI twin, or do I actually have to transfer my brain? The way I see it work, like for me personally, right? There is a lot of knowledge that AI already has. And this is like the internet, the whole internet, the encyclopedia, all this information that we, like us people, have been creating over the course of the past 30 years, right, or more. And now, so AI has all this like big brain. And now, for example, if I want to create my digital twin, like AI twin, I can use that data, but I have to fine tune it, right? This is the word that they use, to fine tune it, to prompt it in the right way. And this is only I can do, because as a human being, an expert in my domain, I know how to navigate this AI so that it kind of acts and works, operates like me, or in the way I want it to work and operate. So I think this is very important that we create new products, we experiment. And I think this is also important for people to, of course, like have their opinions, but also like to test these things, to experiment with these things. Because remember, when ChatGPT, they first rolled out ChatGPT, we hated it because it was so stupid. We were like, oh, they promised us like this perfect tool, but every time I ask something, it's like it gives some, like stupid answer. Like it's really not good. But then we realized that it's the prompting that sucks. But then, like, with like new iterations, it became better and better and better. I mean, this is how technology, the tech world works, right? You release something like a minimal viable product, and then you iterate on it. So my take on it is, yes, it's early, but yes, we need to do it. What about you? What's your
Definitely, I think where we will end up is hybrid experience. I'm these sessions fly by so fast, but I had a personal problem a while ago. I went to a therapist and then I used Pi, an AI tool, and like Pi is known for empathy and whatnot. So I'm happy to share my experience between like using both types of tools. And I think both are needed. Sometimes I want that human experience and the understanding and the caring, but sometimes I'm like no human experience. Like, give it to me cut and dry. Like, what do I need to know? What am I missing? Give me a new perspective. But with the twins, there's also like a personality component. So there's the knowledge base and then the personality. How can you get the twin to actually sound like you? You and I talk differently. We use a different set of vocabulary. Our sentence structures are different as well. So how can an AI tool, and there are companies doing these AI twins, and they're experimenting. So I'm glad they're doing it, and it's not easy work. How does an AI sound like me? And it has to be multimodal. It has to take in text data. It has to take in voice data. Has to take in video data. And then I think where AI twins will start to make impact is when they actually start to mimic more and more of the actual human and not just like a plain generic sounding bot, whether that's an avatar or in text. So I think the potential for AI twins is very big, but I think we're all agreed it has to be hybrid. It's not going to be like Google Translate did not replace English teachers. It will always have to be like hand in hand, because at the end of the day, again, AI is just a tool. It cannot replace the human experts. It cannot replace decades of experience. It cannot replace the heart and the soul and the mind. So if we can just wield it appropriately, then it can be a superpower.
So true, so true. So as for therapists, once a week you have a session with a real therapist, with a human therapist, and then whenever whenever you need, you can just always go to Pi, or I don't know, your AI therapist. The same with English teachers, right? You can have a tutor, a human tutor, but at the same time, you can have your AI English teacher who is available anytime, anywhere. And you can practice with it whatever you want, and it's very personalized and teaching you the things that you actually need. Well, thank you so much, Galina. That was lovely. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're watching this stream as a recording, feel free to ask us questions. We will be revisiting this recording and answering your questions as well. One more thing, we have 2 more sessions this month. So November is an AI month for us. We decided, so we proclaimed it as an AI month. So we have 2 more sessions, and I wanted to announce on the topics of these sessions so that you can save the date. It's every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's 6 p.m. Central time, and it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. And the next topic is going to be, we're going to talk about AI for business, right? So we're going to speak about how to integrate AI into your business. I will personally share examples of how we integrate AI into English for IT. And Galina, I think you would want to share how your clients, the companies from different industries that you work with, how they integrate AI into business, and how it helps business grow, get more clients in general, right? And our final, so this is going to be our next session on Wednesday. I will actually be traveling, so I will be in the West Coast. So I will be having the session early in the morning, so we switch with you. But anyway, let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to connect with us. I'm going to drop under this video, I'm going to drop our LinkedIn pages, links to our LinkedIn pages. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to slide into our DMs. Thank you so much, Galina. It was lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Bye for now, everyone.